Imagine two people buying the exact same things: food, transportation, electricity, and a place to live. One of them has money in the bank. The other is waiting for Friday's paycheck. Strangely, the person with less money can end up paying more for almost every part of life, not because they are careless, not because they cannot do math, because money changes the price of time. Call it the poverty premium. Extra costs created when you lack cash, credit, storage, transportation, or flexibility. It begins with something as ordinary as toilet paper. If Daniel has $60 today, he can buy the large pack at the warehouse store. Each roll is cheap, and he will not need to shop again for months. But if Daniel has only $6, the large pack might as well cost $600. He buys 2 rolls at the corner store. The unit price is higher, but it fits today's wallet. Next week, he does it again. By the end, he bought the same paper and paid more. Bulk discounts reward spare cash. Small packages charge rent for not having it. The difference looks tiny on one receipt. That is why it is easy to ignore. But the premium repeats on detergent, diapers, rice, medicine, and almost anything sold in multiple sizes. And bulk buying also requires a car, storage space, and enough time to reach the cheaper store. Without those things, the lowest sticker price is not really available. The same pattern appears in electricity. A well-insulated home, efficient refrigerator, and modern heating system can reduce every future bill. But those upgrades require money up front, and renters may not control the appliances or insulation, so the household least able to absorb a high bill may be stuck with the least efficient home. The cheap apartment can become expensive, one utility bill at a time. Then there is transportation, where one broken part can rearrange an entire month. Someone with savings replaces worn tires before they fail, shops around, and keeps the car maintained. Someone without savings may delay the repair because rent and groceries are due first. The tire fails. Now there is towing, an emergency repair, missed work, and possibly a late fee. The original $100 problem has recruited 4 more problems. And because each new cost arrives urgently, Daniel loses the ability to compare prices. The tow company, repair shop, and replacement ride are chosen by availability, not value. This is the cruel mathematics of being short on cash. Prevention is cheaper, but emergencies demand payment now. Credit can widen the gap even further. The borrower with a strong credit history may get a lower rate and a longer list of choices. The borrower with damaged or limited credit may see higher interest, larger deposits, or no approval at all. The product is identical. The price of borrowing is not. When an emergency arrives before payday, the calendar itself becomes a lender. The Consumer Financial Protection Bureau gives a common example. Borrow $300 with a typical payday fee. 2 weeks later, the borrower may owe $345, an annualized rate near 400%. If the budget could not spare $300 before, finding $345 is hardly easier, so a short bridge can become a loop. Fee, rollover, another fee, and less money for the next bill. Bank accounts can punish thin margins too. A payment arrives one day before a deposit. The balance slips below zero for a few hours. The purchase might be $5. The overdraft fee can be many times larger. CFPB research found these charges concentrate among people with lower balances and volatile income. The fee removes money, making the next overdraft more likely. The punishment helps recreate the condition it punishes. Millions of households therefore use check cashers, money orders, prepaid cards, or other non-bank services. The FDIC counted about 19 million underbanked U.S. households in 2023. These services can solve immediate problems, but transaction fees quietly collect at every doorway. Housing adds another layer. Deposits. Moving may require first month's rent, last month's rent, a security deposit, application fees, and utility deposits. A household may afford the monthly rent, but not the pile of money required to enter, so it stays in a costlier or less efficient place, not because moving is irrational, but because moving has admission. The deposit may eventually be refundable, but that does not help a household that cannot temporarily lock away several $1,000s. Even time has different prices. A flexible salaried worker can call 3 repair shops, visit the bank, and wait for a cheaper appointment. An hourly worker may lose wages for every phone call, bus transfer, or hour spent in a waiting room. The bargain that saves $20 can cost $40 in missed work. Convenience fees are often really fees for not controlling your schedule. Put these pieces together and Daniel is not climbing one hill. He is walking on a moving walkway pointed backward. Higher unit prices, emergency repairs, interest, fees, and lost time. One surprise expense can push him into debt. Debt makes the next surprise harder to absorb. The cycle is powerful because the costs interact. A late bus causes missed work. Missed wages cause a short rent payment. The rent shortage consumes the money meant for the car repair. In the Federal Reserve's 2025 survey, 63% of adults said they could cover a $400 emergency entirely with cash or its equivalent. The same current survey found 59% had faced at least one major unexpected expense during the previous year. That means a routine car repair or medical bill can activate the entire expensive system for millions of people. This does not mean every low-income household pays every premium, or that individual choices never matter. It means choices happen inside constraints, and constraints change which options are genuinely available. Telling Daniel to buy in bulk is useless if he lacks $60, a car, and a closet. Telling him to avoid fees is incomplete if his paycheck date and bill date refuse to cooperate. The practical goal is not perfection. It is creating a little distance between today's problem and today's deadline. First, reduce timing traps. Ask billers about changing due dates so bills follow income instead of racing ahead. Second, choose a bank or credit union account with no overdraft fee, low minimums, and useful balance alerts. Third, build the smallest emergency buffer that changes a decision. Even $50 can prevent one urgent fee. Do not dismiss a small buffer because it cannot solve every emergency. Its first job is simply to stop one small problem from immediately borrowing money. Then protect that buffer from everyday spending by keeping it in a separate account or savings pocket. Fourth, compare total cost, not just today's payment, unit price, interest, fees, travel, and lost work time. And when the cheapest long-term choice is blocked by upfront cost, name the real obstacle clearly. Sometimes the solution is a community program, employer advance, nonprofit loan, utility assistance, or negotiated payment plan. The important shift is understanding that being short on money is not only having fewer dollars. It can mean paying a higher price for each dollar of life. Wealth buys more than objects. It buys time, flexibility, prevention, and the ability to say, "I can wait." Poverty often sells the opposite message. Pay now, choose fast, take what is available. That is why escaping the cycle can feel slow even when someone is doing everything right. The finish line is moving, and every shortage charges a toll. So the next time a bad financial choice looks obvious from the outside, look again at the options that were actually available. Sometimes the expensive choice was not chosen because it was best. It was chosen because it was the only door open today.